Politic'N podcast episode something in the teens. I don't know. I'm gonna edit. But by the time it comes out, I will be having it in order, so I'm gonna know what episode it is. But this the Politic'N podcast. You know what I'm saying? My nigga T-Dog, my nigga Randy. Not that 21, that Savage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My nigga Homer in the back. My nigga Demetrius in the back.
Yes, sir.
My nigga Darren on the boards. My nigga Q right here doing some flipping me off.
You Molly?
We don't know. You know, we that morning coffee. Video coming soon. You know, parlaying and playing. But what's the big old deal?
Shit, politicking.
Yeah.
No, that's what it is in the day room. When you come downstairs and be like,
you are not in jail.
no, but nigga, this what it made me. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel like, okay, I'm not in jail, but still I can express. I can express the way I've always felt.
What's the topic?
What day room is he in?
No day room. This is the studio. This is the studio. But I'm starting it off with how I feel, not about what the topic is. I'm talking about how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And it's like when
came to be.
and I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
You came to get in.
I think it's a cool little. I think it'll be cool if you cut it out and put it on some shit politicking.
What out?
That little part of it. Shit politicking. You know what I'm saying?
You know what in my
What's up?
You know what in my head.
Hey, wrong. It may not land it,
Because that's
but
what
it will be.
when niggas say what you want, and
I know what he's
because
saying.
niggas don't use politicking as a response, but when they do, it's like shit politicking.
You see what's happening?
Oh God, I've been.
Yes.
It reminds me of a nigga like that, like, hey Raj. Like, shit, your 1972.
Why niggas in the 70s
What's happening?
If that's the vibe,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like
Yeah, like, oh, this is shit.
it's no, but that's what, like, if you ever ask some nigga like what you want and they ever use politicking as one of the motherfucking ways to explain what they doing, it's like shit politicking.
I have a question for you.
What's to do?
Have you ever encountered anyone who's used that?
Yes. That's why I bring up the day room because it's mostly in the day room.
But I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you because
I've been in jail too.
Once or twice.
But I'm looking at you
Once
because
or
you know,
twice.
like I have conversations with plenty of people around me. Always say niggas politicking or let's politic or we politicking or like that's a word. Yes, it's been used often, but it's like the way you using it with the it's like some shit. Like,
no, that's the light that you see me.
Politicking.
Like an artist. So you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a performer, he automatically thinks I'm in some jolly ass. Shit, politicking? No, nigga. When I see like OGs and shit like they chilling and I'm like, what's the deal with y'all on? Shit, politicking. That's why. That's the only reason this shit came in my mind.
That's cool, but it's just like you wasn't doing it like that. You didn't. He wasn't like.
We'll run the tape back.
He wasn't like shit. Politicking. He was like shit. Politicking. Like calm down.
I'm gonna let that nigga take it from here, bro.
But anyway, y'all seen the fucking Dave Chappelle special?
Yeah, I watched it.
Everybody
Yeah.
watching?
I think he has a great point.
That's
You
everybody.
didn't even watch it. You're the only one who didn't watch it.
Oh
Shit, what?
Nah, you couldn't. I know he.
Well, have you guys seen every single one of his Netflix
No, I'm talking
specials?
about the last.
I know the last one, but that's they call it the closer for the reason. Like that was the fourth act of that shit, and he nailed it. He's the only person that can't get canceled in America.
But the aftermath is more important than watching
It's
it.
only funny because, like I said, I knew he didn't watch it. Like, but I knew he was gonna try to blend in, and I'm like, I know just by the way he responded. I'm like, this nigga is lying. He did not watch the special.
I watched the aftermath of
I
the
know. I'm
backlash
sure
he
you
got,
saw
and that was what was important.
talking about?
Y'all I'm saying watch it now, and you'll be like, wow, what the fuck is the backlash about?
I don't think it's necessary for me to watch it.
It just, I knew you.
That's what I thought.
I just don't think it's necessary. No, I mean,
Nobody said it's necessary.
No, I love that.
I
shit.
knew as the homie, like he finna ride the wave of the laugh.
What he-
I was
no,
like, let me
he
bust it
literally-
because I know he didn't
No, I
watch
get
it.
that. I get that.
But anyway,
So you know how in 8 minutes and 48 seconds, that was one that I watched,
Yeah, I watched it.
and didn't laugh, but was captivated by the whole thing. It was the only comedy special I've ever seen where I was just like, Dan. Didn't laugh once, but was
always
just glued
drops
to
the
it.
last shit.
What he did in the closer was he had that same energy where you would not even be laughing for, and then he just destroy. And the whole place would just die because they were like captivated on the same thing where they weren't laughing.
Yeah, that's
they were
why
just drawing
he good at
boom.
He good at building up like
That was masterful.
He good at like bringing you in to where like it gets quiet. Like he doesn't need you to laugh every 7 seconds. He like needs you to laugh every like
He just
1
wants you to
minute,
hear him.
30 seconds. But it's gonna be a big ass laugh and it's gonna have a big ass point. But like they missed the whole point. But the whole fucking John Gruden
He
shit.
explained himself. Oh, Joe, John Gruden.
But it proved his point.
Exactly.
Like, right after.
Exactly. Because yo, the thing that leaked first didn't get him fired. Talking about John Gruden's email about
what was the first thing?
The first thing was about the Michelin lips. About what's his name? Smith.
Racism don't get you fired.
Yes, that won't get you fired. But you know what did? This is what they did.
Girls being referees.
And he called Goodell a faggot. And he called Roger Goodell. Okay, so this is what happened. This is what happened. It wasn't that they leaked it immediately to the New York Times. The NFL sent these emails to the Raiders, and the guy Davis, he didn't fire him. He had a meeting and let him start the next day. And the NFL was like, "Oh, you did it again, Raiders!" And they threw him out to the New York Times. And that's where all of a sudden Mark Davis had to be like, "Yo, Gruden, everyone knows about you talking shit on fags. You ain't Dave Chappelle. Like Dave Chappelle doesn't have a boss.
You're talking shit on fags.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle doesn't have a boss, dude. That's why he can do whatever he wants, and it's fucking. He's not even doing it to like hurt people. He's doing it to fucking make comedy better and to make fucking free speech better.
Who are you talking about?
Dave Chappelle. Gruden, he fucking works for the NFL and the Raiders.
It's crazy though, cause like he was talking to somebody.
He was talking to Bruce something in the Washington
football.
But this was back like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
this is about some like sex scandal. This is about a sex scandal in the Washington football team. Yeah.
And then Dave Chappelle exposed that shit?
No, we're talking about that John Gruden. We're saying that you could say racist shit and it'd be public knowledge and you don't get fired. It wasn't until he said some shit about like some gays and trannies and shit.
Yeah.
But both events or both things were 10 years ago, but they still were like immediately like, get the fuck out of here. He had to resign to save face. He had to be.
He didn't get fired. He got resigned. He got the hands up.
Nah, but let's be honest. When you that high up, that's getting fired.
Yes, he left millions on the table. Like millions.
He got fired, but they let you go off on the to the
that's
so he really got fired.
Had he gotten fired, he probably won't get another job in the NFL.
No,
he's still not
because he
gonna get
resigns, he's gonna get hired.
No, but this what I'm saying. This what I'm saying.
But the thing about Dave Chappelle is this: Dave Chappelle, Netflix. Everyone's been trying to make Netflix, and he's just like, you can't.
I've
already been paid.
Yeah, the Netflix CEO already came out.
He's like, this was my last special. I've already been paid. You can't cancel me. He's the only one in America, and maybe the world, that you can't be canceled. So he was like, Twitter isn't a real place.
It's just a lot.
Hey, that shit still get you shot though.
So funny.
Hey, Twitter still get you shot though.
Just a lot of what,
You get
a lot
real
of what
quick.
happened and what it means, nigga.
Which is
Oh shit. I shared it again, my nigga. Why do I keep doing this?
we got Q Mari, everybody.
Hey, overall, I thought the special was pretty decent. I didn't laugh as much as I wanted to, but it had, had a couple
That's
kicks.
what I mean. It had these long drawn out parts where he would suck you in to make you just go, damn, I forgot I was watching a comedy special.
Hey, I didn't
Laugh
know
my ass
this though,
off.
but I
So how
remember
you
I'm
feel
a
about the
feminist
trans
too.
shit?
Excuse me?
No, it's about
No, I didn't hear you.
having conflicting ideas and being able to accept them shits and live in the same world. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's so confused. Hey.
I'm sorry.
That's the only thing I'm referring to.
Nigga said. Excuse me. What'd you say about?
No, I said, so wait, how do you feel about him talking about the trans shit?
I mean, how
As a trans person yourself.
I'm dead.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think
I'm off it.
I mean, so how was it when you first,
Well, did you watch the other ones? Like,
I watched
he was
every
addressing the ones where they bitched at him before, years ago,
Dude,
where he
those
said
ones
something
are
about some
hilarious,
trans
dog.
and they tried to fire him cancel him. He's just answering and doubling down, but explaining himself in a way that you really can't get mad at him, even if you are the most hardcore trans-loving.
Because he used like too many examples.
He's like, I'm the guy that walked away for $50 million.
He was a martyr.
Like,
and he was a martyr.
He's like, that's why I have the ethos to do this shit. I can tell you what to kind of do.
Hey, what do you call dropping $50 million, bro? That's a huge. That's a. I would call martyring myself if I dropped a $50 million bag, bro. Like, man, I just sacrificed my whole life.
To most comedians, that is the difference between your life
No,
and
that's
your
what I'm
failure.
saying. The only reason it's respected, even though it was, is because he even somehow came back years later. Like last year, and got all his shit back.
Well, that's because nobody wanted to believe in the first place.
When he got
No, he's talking about when he got his shit back.
Yeah, okay. What do you mean? Like the Dave Chappelle show back? Like there's rights to it? I don't think he ever got it back.
Yeah, he got the royalties and rights back. That's what I'm saying.
He's
See, and he used one of his
Viacom.
specials to get that. He was
Yeah,
like,
that's
stop
what-
watching the Chappelle
If you
show.
go on
Yeah.
Netflix right now, the Dave Chappelle show is on there.
Yeah,
Nice.
But
See, Netflix will forever
There was
fuck
a
with
new
him
owner
now.
of
Like,
Viacom. He was like,
he doesn't
he was
need
like
them to
way
fuck with him,
younger
but
and
he
shit.
has-
And they, like gave him his shit back. After that little
That's cool.
14 minutes.
See?
And allegedly
See?
he's supposed to be putting out another like Dave Chappelle type of show.
Hey,
Probably.
if anything, like the past couple of weeks is proof, yes, he is. Like Netflix has no problem.
Yeah, they're not gonna let him go.
They're like, no, we're gonna fire everyone else that's against you. Like we like you. So that's a turn in the right direction for a lot of shit that's been going on.
You been
So
watching football?
I have been.
Fuck football.
I have been. I left the wedding early to watch the Bills fucking.
Who
They played the Chiefs and they beat them. Like,
Yeah,
they,
Chiefs are looking sorry.
sorry as fuck, dude. Like Bills are looking nice.
I knew that shit, bro.
Bills are looking nice.
The Bills are looking
They're
nice.
looking good though.
They
bro.
got another hurdle in on them. Fucking that's all right. We're 4-1.
But
We lost our first game, but we've gone out there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Man,
if
we
they
beat the
win
Chiefs. I didn't think they were that bad until we beat them.
We gonna whoop the Cowboys.
let's go back in like
tomorrow.
week 10 to see where
On
everybody's
Sunday.
at. By week 10.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, you know, you'll see
We
where
gonna get the
the team
Cowboys
is
on
headed.
Sunday.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills win the Super Bowl after the Rams win this year.
That shit is
Yeah,
Rams
not
yeah,
winning
Homer,
this
you on?
That shit is rigged.
I just got one.
Exactly.
Rams aren't
I don't
going.
follow
No,
football.
yeah.
It's
I
real.
got
That's
one
why they're
bet.
gonna win, dog. Come on, you
Who,
kidding
the
me, bro?
Rams?
Yeah, bro. It's the first year they ever had this.
I follow
I
talent.
wouldn't even be in. It is gonna be in LA. So that's all the
College.
more reason, bro.
To
Oh, yeah,
watch
SoFi's-
shit on the
Hey,
NFL.
get this
SoFi's up and
motherfucker
running.
out of there. This
What?
nigga's
Right? That's
It's a
What do you think?
podcast, man. I might as well be 100%. I was about to say.
laughing. Niggas said I follow talent.
These niggas bringing up, oh, the team looks good this year. Fuck the team, man. Because the shit is rigged, okay?
It's
Money means more than the
my
motherfucker.
boys over here living in the Matrix, dog.
Okay? So I follow the talent. I
My boys
follow
living
what
in the
niggas
Matrix,
is
bro.
going where, what they doing on the squad, how that shit matters, shit like that. And I usually watch motherfucking college, though. That's why I was like,
Hey.
fuck NFL.
Wait, can I bring something up real quick? I was really surprised. Dude, The Rock is rapping, and I don't know how we didn't know
He
about
got
that
it.
shit
Wait,
before.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah, bro.
Said his whole name. Dwayne.
Hercules,
rapping?
bro. Hercules, the new
But
Hercules.
that nigga Dwayne got to sit down.
He's rapping?
Yeah, bro. Hey,
So
somebody on
he
Twitter
like, he
said
put out
they
an
were like,
album?
The nigga
Nah,
making
I ain't
like
gonna
the
take
nigga,
notice on
the
him.
nigga doing like Call of Duty action rap.
He on the
Yeah.
That's
what it
because
was?
Tech
No,
Nine
I'm just
inspires
saying, like,
him.
that's, it reminds me of like
in
the
the
shit
gym,
you
though.
gonna hear when you playing Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tech
yeah.
Nine inspires that
Like,
nigga
you
in
know
the
what I'm
gym.
saying? Like Dwayne Johnson.
Hey,
like,
I can see why he
somebody on
did that.
Twitter said they were like,
no,
this
I
is what
can't.
the
I
coworker
have
plays
no.
for
I
you,
can
and they say
never.
they're into
I'm
rap.
blind to any
Just to
reason
give you
for
an
that to
idea.
do.
I
It's
can
like
see
really
why he
aggressive.
did that.
You see
Because
the Lakers
Tech
or
Nine-
5 or 4. It's
Like,
it's
imagine
just
making your own
preseason.
song.
I know it's just
If they come
preseason.
out 5-0,
But it's like, even the games I watched, it looked like niggas just literally playing around, like,
Oh, yeah, for
just
sure.
doing shit. But I'm like, why not get good practice
if they
in?
come out 5-0,
It's like, hopefully, it's like all the
about
old
PB
school
squad.
niggas of our era is on one
it's on
team.
one team. Oh God, Rondo,
Like,
Melo,
Carmelo
Dwight
Anthony
Howard,
is a
nigga.
Laker, bro.
DeAndre Jordan.
Carmelo.
Dwight Howard is back. Did you say that?
DeAndre Jordan.
My bad.
Yes, nigga.
I didn't know
DeAndre Jordan
that.
is on the team
My
too.
bad.
Trevor
Rajon
Ariza,
Rondo's
Yeah, I know
back.
that.
Kent Bazemore,
Yeah.
These niggas.
Wayne Ellington,
Wait,
Who
so this
else?
is the Lakes.
Kendrick Nunn.
Nah,
These
bro.
the Lakes.
We like. So Randy. I mean, really, hold on. I'm a Laker fan.
Yeah, I love
This nigga not.
Lakes.
I am.
Nigga, I'm
This,
asking, is this the Lakes squad?
Like, no, he trying to come home now. His boy Hardy left, and nigga trying to come home now.
At the record show, I'm a Lakers fan. I don't fuck
Look, we used to be playing basketball. He thought he was, Jay.
They thought I was.
He thought he was. But you know, everybody come home, you know.
I love the Lakers.
He could be a Nets fan.
They're like a serious version.
That's the team. I ain't gonna lie. I'm rooting against it because it's just like, man, why do you niggas?
I mean,
How y'all let that happen?
Kyrie not finna play.
He's getting vaccinated, bro. You truly don't think he not? All right.
He's the same nigga that thought. I'm not even saying the vaccine is right because I'm not vaccinated. But I'm saying he's the same nigga that was a flat earther.
But you gotta think about it. No team.
He's from Australia. It's just like you gotta think about it. He's not. He may look a standard nigga.
He went on and talking about something. He ain't finna retire and all this shit. He don't want to give up the game and he did all that shit, bro.
Right.
The Nets can't trade him because what team you think is gonna want
He
him,
got
knowing that he's not gonna
bread.
get.
He just
I
playing.
get it,
with
but
niggas.
he wants to play.
His
He's
career's
getting vaccinated,
over.
bro. I promise you.
Not saying he's weak or nothing, but he's probably over.
Yeah, he's gonna do it,
probably
bro.
Wait, what team is he
overplaying.
on?
He's on the
He's
Nets.
on the Nets.
You
But it's
telling
like
me?
New Jersey.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna hold for him. on
He's
that
gonna
shit.
play.
Brooklyn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
He's gonna-
I'm back in like 2002.
Their season and they're doing
Either way,
spectacular.
you
You tell me
you
he's
think
not gonna be like
either way they
shit.
still got Kevin Durant and
Exactly.
He's gonna do that shit.
I
James
get he has
Harden.
guaranteed money.
Without
but-
Kyrie, even without Kyrie, they still got Kevin Durant and James Harden. Even without Kyrie,
Is Kyrie been doing that good?
maybe season
Kyrie
just
is Kyrie,
preseason.
bro.
He ain't played yet because you're not trying to get vaccinated.
Yeah, so I heard
Andrew
about
Wiggins folded.
I knew that was gonna happen.
He was trying to use religion. That nigga folded. They was like, nigga, we been.
Because they probably went back in his history. They're like, but you've taken every other vaccination.
Nah, they was probably like, nigga, we finna let you go,
Yeah,
nigga.
it's like the Feds. They probably dug
They
something.
was probably like, you want that check, nigga?
Yeah.
And then he folded. Tell
You
nigga,
got-
A lot of these guys, look, a lot of these guys,
They went to
went to college. You had to get vaccinated to go to college for a lot of
Go
most
hard.
colleges.
meningitis and shit.
So yeah,
Only
they'll dig
only
back and
places
they'll be like,
that's
okay,
not-
so you're religious, right? But you weren't religious back in 2010.
only place that's not finna have that shit is fucking Texas and Florida.
Exactly. Any
And
place where the governor
and
isn't about
Atlanta.
it, the
And
governor
maybe
can override it.
Vegas.
Yeah.
You said maybe Vegas, yeah.
Like, cause they still
Vegas
like,
goes
I'm saying, cause I'm like
against
LA and San Francisco already like that, but LA is probably finna get like that too, and they are halfway.
Yeah.
But they're like, you gotta have to be vaccinated and shit. But I'm like, as long as I don't care if it's a fucking like, at least let niggas just take a test to say they don't got it. You feel me? Cause I'll do that shit before I go get. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no.
It seems like you're ready.
Oh my God.
Trying to get hot and sweaty. That's that shit right there, man.
This nigga is on good dope.
It seems
Best.
like you're ready.
Man, we gonna get you some help.
Trying to get hot and sweaty. Is that what you're saying?
He said,
Is that pretty Ricky? Yeah.
I didn't know that
Did
part.
y'all hear this nigga?
I didn't know this.
Let's go though, but let's get into this. He
That's
said,
what he
"Ain't
said,
that
she
pretty
like
Ricky?"
You said Pretty Ricky?
Wait,
Do you not know this nigga right here?
wait, who was it? Who was it then? Who was it?
Ricky? You know how
You
much?
walked by like 20 years.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bruh, are you good?
That nigga said 20 years. Okay, so who am I talking about? Who am I talking about then?
Keith Sweat.
Oh. My bad.
I thought you was like a real singer type guy. He thought he was like.
He was really singing song. I didn't know that part. I'm like, this
Nah,
nigga
he
know the
was
song.
making
like,
up
Pretty
words
Ricky.
just on the same beat and shit, throwing shit. But it was just like, you know, the basis of this is not pretty.
Give me like a little variation or something like that. I don't know. I might be. Okay, it was Keith Sweat, my nigga. What we gonna do? What we gonna do?
I love Keith Sweat.
Pretty Ricky's 4 niggas.
Alright, my bad.
One guy.
Alright, bro. I feel like I wounded this nigga. You good?
I just think like I thought you were like an
No.
R&B.
Either way, now I know.
I thought you were
Okay,
like an R&B type artist.
Now I know and I'm gonna utilize it.
He going for a nigga to sing like, you know who sing this song?
I'm gonna apply that
like,
shit.
nigga, I already know.
I'm gonna be like, hey, just in case you didn't know, that's not Pretty Ricky, bro. That's not
like, who
Ricky.
the fuck got that?
Bro.
I
I don't know,
something
something
like
But you gotta admit, Pretty Ricky is inspired by Kiss.
It's like some shit. My little
I know they got a track that
some
sound
shit.
like
My little brother who was born in 2001 would say. It's Pretty Ricky, right? Nah. No, 01 baby. 2000.
95 over here, nigga.
Nah, I think he
95 over here, nigga.
Little 01, right?
This is what the vaccine is. 95 over here, nigga.
Little 01.
I was born before the motherfucking the towers, nigga.
Oh shit! So you old as fuck then before the towers, nigga. Shit.
No,
Look, what?
Nigga, I'm talking about the World Trade Center,
your
nigga.
birthday?
I know, like before they was built.
What month?
No, before it was fucking before 9/11 happened, nigga.
What month is your birthday?
March.
Exactly. It happened in September. 01.
Yeah.
He a 01 baby from March. And 9/11 happened.
You know, remember we was in school that turned on
95,
TV,
nigga. 95.
nigga. Teachers had us watch that shit.
Yeah.
95.
I remember I was getting
I was in the car. I was in my mama's cart, nigga. I felt the ground, nigga.
This nigga was in New York. Oh shit! This nigga was in New York.
In New York,
You would be like 6 months old, nigga.
That's not enough. Yes, I was 6 years old, nigga. Look at 2001.
Nigga.
No, it was like 2001, 2002.
Nah, exactly.
It was 2001.
Born.
He didn't catch you,
You were born March
95.
01. March
Don't let these niggas
01.
play. Hey, don't let
He's
these
just
niggas
a
play
big
you.
kid. He's a
Don't let
big
these
boy.
niggas play you. Don't let these niggas play
He
you.
a big
Look
boy.
at me. Look at me.
He a big
Don't let
boy.
these niggas play you. Okay, I'm not gonna let these niggas play me. Okay. 95, nigga. I was there. I was in New
Came
York
out.
when the motherfucking trade shit went down, nigga.
Exactly. It didn't happen.
Did it happen in New York? What are you talking about?
The
It didn't
nigga.
happen in '95. What you talking about?
It happened in 01, nigga.
He was born in March 01. That's what I'm
Why
saying.
you bring up '95?
He a young boy.
We don't know.
He a
Because
young
I was
boy.
born
That's what
and
happened.
raised in New York. I thought that shit was obvious.
How
Nigga.
you was raised there and you was out here by like 7?
I was out here by 10.
How was you raised there?
So I was raised there, nigga.
Fifth
What the fuck
grade.
you talking about, nigga? I was climbing trees in New York, nigga.
Yeah,
What are you talking about, nigga? I was robbing stores
That's
in New
raised.
York, nigga.
That's raised.
I was going to
Nigga, you
motherfucking
to high
birthdays
school.
for my
Raised
family
is
in
like
New
when you
York,
a kid, nigga, like when you
I
a
was
kid.
like, what are you
You
talking? I was
still
playing
getting raised
baseball
in
in
middle
New
school,
York.
high
nigga.
No, when you
What are
get
you
raised, that's
talking
when
about?
you learning shit. Like when you
Yeah,
get
middle
raised,
school, high school.
like you learn like
No, nigga,
nah,
I
that's like
became a
when you-
man. I became a man in
You still not
California.
really you in high school.
I became a man in California, but I was born and raised in New York.
I don't know. All right, well,
And
I look at being raised like
I
niggas
was
teaching
born
you
and
shit.
raised
Like
in
you
high
learning
school.
shit.
But your
Like
high
you,
school years, the formative.
that's not being raised.
That's
that you too
becoming
old
a
to be
man.
raised at high school.
That's
Yeah.
becoming a
But you're
man.
raised till you're like 18.
Trust me, nigga, I've been having to explain this nigga to
Kind
this shit to
of,
people
yeah,
all my
but
life.
you ain't raised
I was
like.
born and raised in New York. I became a man. Like I became. A, people say I was raised in California, but I became a man.
Wait.
A man. I
That's it?
became a man. No, nigga, I became a man in California. That's where my high school years was. That's
Yeah,
where my
like I
shit
when you
I
like you in high
became
school,
a
like
man.
you
That's
becoming a
when-
man.
But I was
and
raised
shit.
in New York.
But that's still being raised because
I believe that. I don't disagree. But I was still raised in New York.
But I say born in New York, raised in where, i.e., whatever.
I love the inland empire.
Nigga, come on, bro.
I'm just saying because it's like
I didn't come out here till. I came out here what?
just because it's like I'm saying,
Third
like,
grade.
You find
I came out here third grade, and I didn't even live in IE when I first moved out here. I lived up the street in Anaheim.
and your
Nigga.
real
For what it's
friends.
worth,
Yeah.
I can still
No, that's what I'm
see
saying.
the
Like,
East
that's a
Coast
different
aroma
area
on
when
you.
you
I
get to
still
like
see
when
it.
you get to
I
shit
was
like
born and
that.
raised in New York.
I can't say
I
his name right now.
I feel like
I
That's
feel
still
like-
I see it in New York.
Like,
Yeah, I
18,
see it,
I see it.
17.
I feel like raised is like your parents telling you shit. At that point, you
Your
ain't like
parents
listen to
tell
your
you,
parents no
but-
more, nigga. You
at
like you said,
15,
you
I
out
had
the
left
streets
the
and shit,
house,
like doing
nigga,
shit.
But you still learning.
15, I'm
And that's what
doing
your parents
drugs.
are.
Yeah.
I'm fucking bitches.
You not learning
selling
that at
drugs.
13. You
I'm
didn't learn
in
that
and out
more
of people's
with your mom.
houses.
Right,
Come on,
yeah.
nigga, I was becoming a man, nigga. I was not being
Especially
raised.
if you get in
Oh,
trouble,
God.
they go
Trust me, I was
tell
not
you
being
some
raised.
shit,
I was
teach you a
becoming a
lesson,
man.
your dad.
And I feel like
No,
becoming a
no,
man
no,
is a little
no,
more
no.
emphasis.
So
There's more
after
emphasis on that than
eighth
there is
grade, they
being
didn't have
raised.
nothing that they could
Because
teach
I
you.
was being raised by the streets. I was being
Like
raised
he
by
said, in the streets, niggas just learning shit.
But it's like,
just
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
watching
You still,
TV and shit
even
like
the
that.
streets
Like my
are
mom
still
raised.
being raised.
my mom,
Even
bro.
those streets
My
are
mom
raised.
was never sitting me down saying, you need to.
No,
do
I'm not
this,
saying that.
this,
But I'm
this.
Weighing
saying
on
even
this.
then, even those streets,
Weighing on
people
this.
in those streets are
You're
raised.
from San Diego. Say something.
That's true, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's
I
what I'm like.
feel
You're really at least raised till you like 17. That's what I feel like.
Hey, you got it.
I'm saying that's how I feel. Cause it's like when people say born, it's like yeah, you probably born there. You spent like your little kiddie years, like toddler, little baby, early.
I got most of my scars in New York.
Up in 5th grade.
You know what I'm saying? That's being raised. Like
he said. So
most of my mistakes was in New York.
So at 10 years old is when you make your most mistakes.
Okay.
When your parents are really heavily.
Yeah, that's all.
But when I say mistakes, I mean like mindless mistakes. I mean like you know what I'm saying?
You were still making mindless mistakes at 17. We was at 16.
But
we was in military
but
school.
like a lot of shit I knew what I was doing, nigga. Like a lot of shit I knew what I was doing. But I'm talking about
You knew what you was doing.
I'm talking like learning how to walk type shit. Like you run into some shit and like boom, you bust your head like oh now you got a scar and you learn from that type of shit. That's what I mean.
But you still.
That's what I mean by mindless mistakes.
Up until 12th grade, in my opinion.
I feel that. I'm not saying becoming a man is not
But
being
you
raised.
say that.
I believe that. I believe
you pick
that.
up game almost every day for some shit.
Yeah, but I'm like, man, that's what I'm
But
saying.
you're not me though.
I'm just saying.
You didn't come from New York.
I came from real. Yeah, I came from real. Hey, look,
New York
look,
niggas.
hey, what you said? You said,
You
hey,
didn't come from New York and then go into Anaheim and then go into IE. You didn't have to figure out a way to explain this shit to people.
I come from Oakland, where the real game is at. So don't tell me about picking up game, nigga.
Yeah,
All this
That's
shit
where the real
is
game
all
is
this
at,
shit is
no.
mimicked
They
by
say-
New
they say
York.
Pac
All of this shit is mimicked by New York. I'm not gonna talk
Pac didn't
about
become the
it.
Pac he was till he went through Oakland. He got
All
a
of
game
it.
in
All
Oakland.
of
All of it.
Every
New
last
York
bit
was
of it.
cool.
yo.
Baltimore was cool, but when Pac got
Every
to
last-
Oakland, that's where he got his game
Yeah,
from.
I look at Pop from
Oakland.
Oakland, bro. Honestly, yeah.
Oakland.
He a baby rapper.
Yeah.
Oakland.
The
Come on,
town.
nigga.
East Oakland,
Bro,
bro.
I'm not gonna diss
Come on,
Oakland,
man.
but look, come on. Every
Pac
bit of
was in New York.
California.
He wasn't fucking with them
Every bit of
niggas.
California is mimicked by New
Pac
York.
was in New York, right? He wasn't fucking
He
with that
was
shit,
born
right?
out there.
He was
but-
born out. I think he went to the
He's
Brooklyn
sick.
School of Arts or music or
Okay,
something like
But
that.
he got to Oakland and he got that real
Yeah, that's when he
game.
started making music.
That real
Start
life
making music.
game. Oakland.
That
That's why we
Hollywood
shout it
shit.
out all the time.
No, not Hollywood,
Nah,
not
he
yet.
was in
Oakland.
Yeah, he came to
Not Hollywood,
first.
not yet. He was in
Yeah.
Oakland. He was in Oakland for
That's where he
some
met
years
Digital
where he got
Underground
down to
and he got
And that's
down.
where it was yapping. That's where the bitches was at. That's
No,
where
I'm
the
not.
money
I'm
was
talking
at.
about just life game. The game, right? You know what I mean? The game is in the bay.
He was
like,
saying
Black
the
Panther,
rap is
nigga,
from
all
New
his
York.
mom was one of
Yeah,
those,
Black
like,
Panthers, like you said, all that shit.
And
bro.
this is
Yeah,
Well, I was born as a
This
rapper.
is your mama era. That came from the Oakland pop.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So that's when he was
My
on
ears
his.
are open.
That's
My ears are open.
By the time he got to LA, that's when he was on his turned
That's
up.
when he got
shit,
in
you
jail.
feel me?
You can basically say that you spent your childhood in New York and you spent your teens.
I've figured out. I've had to figure out ways to exactly. And I've said it that way before, but I'm just saying, born and raised in New York, became a man in California. That's how I say
It's
it.
like I never
And
heard
I
it
said
that way,
it-
and I'm not saying that's
But I'm
wrong.
gonna
I just
talk
feel
about
like
New York.
when people, nigga, I'm agreeing with your ass. Nigga, I said I never heard it that way. That's cool, and I'm not disagreeing with that.
Right, and that's my
Nobody
whole
saying
point.
you're wrong.
I'm never gonna
It's
disagree
just,
with you.
You can't say you're not still being raised up in the 6th, 7th,
I'll
8th,
agree to
9th,
disagree
10th,
with
11th,
you.
12th grade. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna say I wasn't
your
raised.
I just feel like what? No, I ain't saying
I learned a lot of
from my-
shit in
my
California.
perspective
Like,
is
my
my mom was on some different shit. Like even when I went to go live with my dad's, like that nigga wasn't like
no,
trying
that's
to
what
teach
I'm
me. She was like, I was just had to learn shit myself and shit. You feel me?
I'm
Like,
saying, okay, you still learn from the streets. That people say the streets raised me or the block raised me, but whatever. You still being raised by something, but you were still being raised. Like till you 17, you not on your own yet completely. Like even at 18, you probably not. But you know what I'm saying? 17, I feel like up until at least 17, you still being raised.
But that doesn't mean you can't say I
yeah, but
wasn't raised in New
raising
York.
too, that's like.
No, I'm not saying that. But born, it's still like I was in New York for a period of time, and then I came out.
But 10 years old?
Not saying oh one day born and then I flew out as soon as like
If
nah.
it was like 3 or 4 or maybe even 7, I wouldn't even talk about New York like that. But like 10 years old, nigga, like I was fucking bitches. I was sucking titties. I was, come on, my nigga, like I was growing, nigga.
5th grade.
Wait,
Not even 5th grade, nigga. This is before 5th grade.
Wait,
10 years old,
let's
nigga.
go
This is
back to
second.
titties.
This is second,
That's
third grade.
Hold
This is
on.
second, third grade. I'm sucking
Hold on, let
titties.
me just say this. No,
Stealing from the school,
no,
nigga.
I
I'm
can't
getting my ass whooped. This is a 4th degree burn.
Nigga, like, bro.
Listen to what I got to say.
Let me hear it.
A nigga just told me he was in 2nd grade at 10 years old. Who the fuck? How the fuck? Why the fuck was you in 2nd grade? 5th grade, I was 10 years old in 5th grade. 5th grade, I was 10 years old.
Yeah, dude, you tripping.
10 years old, you supposed to be
Middle
in
school,
5th
6th grade, you was like 11,
9 years
12.
old, I was in 4th
Yeah,
grade.
6th grade usually 12.
You were like 11,
6th
12.
grade, I
I came to
was
California. It was my
You got held
10th
back a little
birthday.
bit. Then.
And you were in what grade?
It was.
I'm about to walk out.
No, I was in third grade.
I'm about to walk out, bro.
New York transfers, New York credits don't count as much as California credits.
Hold on, it don't matter. New York schools are way different. No, that's not true.
I don't know about the age part though.
Hold on.
It's the credits. It's the credits. It's not the age. Just the credits.
Bro, when you in 5th grade, you're 9.
You said 10? No, that's like 8, bro. 9. Yeah.
5th grade, you're 10 years old.
Yeah,
9 or
yeah,
10.
yeah.
4th grade, you're 8 or 9. 3rd grade, you're 7 or 8. Could you start school kindergarten at 5?
Yeah.
4 or 5. Then 6th grade, you're 6,
Or
you're
10.
1. 1st grade. 2nd
Okay,
grade.
so I was in 5th grade when I came out here then.
That's what I said. You trying to tell me.
Okay, I was in 5th grade when I came out here then.
I mean, if you was in 3rd grade.
I'm not gonna lie, I had it fucked up. I was in 5th grade.
You had it right.
I'll never forget.
Hold on.
I'll never forget my 5th grade teacher, Miss Bixby. I'll never forget on God.
What city was in? Anaheim.
Yeah.
I was at Anaheim School District.
That nigga still had an accent and everything.
I had to wear what's it called?
Uniform?
Oh no. With the college shit, I went to Fallas every
Yeah,
summer. We went to Fallas. I don't know if you niggas know Fallas.
There was a Falls right across the street a couple days ago.
Yeah, Fallas.
As in
Niggas had to wear the khaki johns. It was either a red or a navy blue collar shirt.
So it was blood in the egg.
Yeah, something like that.
It was serious.
Yeah, I fucked it. Nigga, I was pulling business and it out. I'll never forget my motherfucking teacher.
Nigga probably still nigga.
I'll never forget my teacher. We did this like little shit. We had to read a book. We had to read a book. Hold on.
Let me eat you.
Hold on. Let me tell this story.
You don't want this.
We had to read a book, right? And we had to like perform, like explain, like what the fuck the book meant. Listen. And I gotta.
a dude teacher?
No, it was an older teacher. Fuck, I forgot her name right there. But I ended up pulling up to the school not too long ago, nigga, like a year ago.
Record y'all?
No, hell no, nigga. It was just like
Pictures.
it was just like a part of the assignment type shit.
And she was taking pictures.
No, nigga, you fucking weirdo.
I'm just asking.
No, nigga, she not know. But listen, no, no, nigga, it wasn't like that, bro. Listen, it only became a performance. It only became a performance when Kumari stepped in the building, obviously.
So you were always Kumari.
Yes, my nigga. Quincy Maurice stopping it there. Anyway. But listen, shut up, nigga. I'm not in here yelling your shit. Anyway, I got this book. It was Will Smith, Just the Two of Us, nigga. Did you know that Will Smith made a book about Just the Two of Us, the song?
No, I didn't.
He made a book,
About
nigga.
the song.
He wrote a book or he
He wrote a book. It's like literally word for word. I read it like from cover to cover, nigga, and memorized it. Huh?
What is the book about?
It's about him and his son. It's literally pictures of him and his son. Somebody else illustrated it.
Oh, okay.
But like it's his lyrics. From the first time the doctor placed you in my arms, I knew I'm in debt before I meant you being harmed. Although questions arose in my mind, would I be man enough against wrong and choose right? Would I be standing up from the hospital that first night? I couldn't even get the fucking car seat in right. People driving on fast got me kind of upset. Got you home safe, placed you in your bassinet. Like nigga, I remember. Like I'll never forget that. Shout out to that teacher. That's
So
what
how
I'm
does that make you feel?
Makes me feel amazing because I'll never forget those bars because I read that book.
I mean, hey,
Start rapping?
Nah, but like I was already like writing poetry and shit at like 8.
That's where it starts.
I was already writing, but my mom was a poet. You feel me? And I was always connected to my mom. I didn't know my fucking dad and shit like that. But I was always connected to my mom. My mom was a poet, and I just took that shit like
So
naturally.
you from Pipsqueak, New York?
I'm from Poughkeepsie.
Jeez.
Where is that?
Pipsqueak, New York.
That nigga did me
No
dirty.
respect.
What is that next to?
No respect. It's
That's-
not next to
that's
it.
under
It's
Albany.
up the river towards upstate.
Yeah, upstate. It's upstate.
It's like
It's
above
right under
Yonkers.
Albany. It's right under Albany.
Yeah.
It's not right now.
Albany-
It's not.
Albany-
No,
Albany-
boys are
Albany-
it's far beneath Albany. It's
Wait,
it's
what?
like
Is that
it's
where
like above
Griselda's
Yonkers.
from New York?
Yeah.
That's how I
You're
was
from Albany?
described.
My family's
whole
like
life.
from. I know the area. It's
From Buffalo,
Poughkeepsie is like.
Oh, Buffalo.
It's
That's
down.
right.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. That's what it
Who's from Buffalo?
Hey, how far is
But
Albany
it's
from
beneath
Buffalo?
Albany.
Yes. Yeah.
How far?
Buffalo's all the way out near the Great Lakes.
It's
Ah, it's on the other
But
side.
what he's talking about is Poughkeepsie's like
talking about
probably
Oaks,
like
like
50
tallest-
to 70
I don't
miles
know, like
above
tallest-
NYC, and
Oh,
then
shit.
Albany's like 100
It's always
something.
Why are
like
you
Albany
looking at
and
the
Buffalo
California
switched
niggas
up.
and
Albany's on the
dissing you,
river.
man?
Albany's on the
Fuck up.
Hudson River,
That nigga said you're
and Buffalo's all the way out here. Buffalo's all the way out near Niagara Falls.
Hey, you know I've been to New York before? You know I've been to New York before?
Have you been to Buffalo?
No, I went to this place
Buffalo's
called...
far from, but you've been to Jersey and New York City.
I went to the part of New York where they had the first park horse racing track in New York.
Oh, Saratoga?
Goshen. It's not Saratoga.
Okay, it's really not Saratoga. Okay.
It's Goshen is where they have
Yeah, Saratoga's when you're on.
They have horse racing when you're up there.
Yeah, you got the harness track.
Yeah, so harness.
I know the harness track.
That's where my uncle lives in New Jersey.
Oh, okay, Goshen. Okay.
Goshen.
Okay. They got harness tracks everywhere, but that's the first fucking
they were like,
President's
gotta get the second story so they can watch the races. I know it's like President's
tracks are fun.
Kick off with one leg.
Casinos attached to them.
Yeah. I've been to the Poconos. I've been to
niggas used to run around in the rain.
Yonkers.
Yeah, Yonkers is
Poconos and the Yonkers. Those are the two in New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, the Yonkers is in New York.
Oh yeah. Well, those are the two. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Poughkeepsie's a little above.
It's rain, bro.
Those are the two that my
This is not California, bro. We're not going to no random crackhead on the corner of
So who's from Poughkeepsie? Okay, fuck yeah.
Wait.
Scope us out.
What did
This
you
nigga
say?
said the rain is it's warm.
About California?
Like this is Santa or some shit.
He used to run around
This
in
is
the
this is not California I'm talking about.
Everybody used to do that.
Long Beach used to do this shit.
No, this is what he said. He said he used to run around in his drawers because the rain used to be warm. Did you not just say
Yo, in the East Coast, it's hot as fuck. It's under thunderstorms.
It's rain like
It's
right over here, bro.
You didn't have to worry about
90
getting
degrees
sick in
outside
rain
and
in
it's
New York, bro.
fucking
You have to
raining.
worry
You don't have to worry about
about
getting sick
outside your
But
drawers.
you heard us shit. That's LA shit.
If you like humidity,
That's
you
LA
know,
shit. You
like it,
got
but
you
it's
got
soft.
Pookie up there like this.
That's what
Stop it. You know you got Pookie. Your uncle or something
you said.
up there like this. Uncle
Well,
Pookie
yo,
up there.
that's your man. Will get you.
That's your man.
Stop it, nigga.
Soaking it up.
I was a kid, man.
Okay.
I was
that's
a
what you were doing
child.
as a kid. Soaking
I
it
was
up.
a motherfucking child. This nigga talking about piss and shit. Can we
Just
not?
harmonize shit.
Like, can we not, man?
Harmonize it with the fucking.
Well, look, we can wrap this shit up, wrap that part up. All I'm just saying is, as a kid, you was out there
Pissing.
I'm not gonna lie, I kissed my cousin too. I might as well throw that in there.
Jesus.
Why?
Yo,
Why?
Politic'N podcast, yo, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's a rap.
That was great. That was great. Yo,
We ain't acting
right?
Hey, I'll
like
drop
we
my
not
cup
acting
hammer
like
on it. I'll drop
We
my
might be
hammer.
done.
That was pretty funny though.
we might be done. Shit.
So what's it like?
So you got
That's a good half hour.
Yo, nigga said I might as well just throw that in there.
Because I didn't mention.
didn't have to. So it's like, were you
Didn't
like
have to.
a boy or a girl?
I didn't say. What are you talking about, nigga? I'm asking. It was a female cousin.
Nigga, you already your cousin. I don't know. it's
Shut up,
it's
nigga.
already
Listen.
it's already your cousin.
I'm not gonna lie. Like everyone after my grandma is from.
We know you ain't lying.
It's from. Everyone after my grandma is from the south. Like my grandma is from.
That makes a lot of sense.
So my great grandma.
This is how you're explaining the history.
I'm trying to.
He's trying to justify it.
It's getting.
I'm from the south.
But they weren't even
No, my
in
whole
the South.
family's from the south. No bullshit.
But
Like,
you were in New York.
no, my mom was the only one like born in New
But
York.
I'm saying you were too.
And I was
But your family
saying,
came
like,
from
so
the
you
south,
didn't-
from
from the
New York
south.
City, yeah.
But I'm saying he didn't grow up with what they were doing, so he grew up around people not on
But
that.
there was
He in
one,
New
you know
York.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just recording. I don't know what's on the names then. You know what I mean? But, you know.
So do you guys still keep
No, I don't even talk to her no more. Yeah,
she-
but
is
this
she
was
down?
young shit. This was young, horny shit.
down
Nigga, I'm
and
telling you, like,
trying to
don't do that shit at home,
But
son.
it's like
Like, hey, don't do that shit at home, B. You
like
can't see my eyes, you can see my, hey. Don't try that shit at home, dog. Like, hey, find somebody that's not connected to your whole shit, dog. No matter how fat the booty is, dog.
but it's like
It don't matter how, it don't matter where you
Public
think it's
service
going.
announcement. No matter how fat. Yeah.
19
And I'm
years
talking
old.
about shit. I don't know.
19?
Nigga,
How?
this is a fucking
9 or 10.
This history, huh?
I thought you were about to say explain how it was an accident. I was waiting for that.
No, actually.
No, it was intentional.
But he was kissing his cousin at
It was
9.
intentional. She just wasn't one of them close
He's
cousins.
saying
She
in
popped up from the
hindsight.
south. She's from Alabama.
First cousin.
In hindsight.
First cousin.
She first got Alabama.
No. Why did I ask? Why did I
Nigga
ask?
says no.
I don't know why I asked.
No. Hey, I know that it's rare that you run into
She
niggas
be
who have
eating that
kissed
hot
their cousins
sausage.
before.
Hey, look, there's
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them niggas who
there's a
does.
whole
She
place.
eating the hot sauce the South.
Why not bullshit?
It's rare
Why
niggas just
bullshit?
say
I
I
mean,
know
like,
that.
You guys ever been to Alabama?
This is a kiss on the cheek, though.
Don't want to.
There's a whole
It
thing
was
called
like-
brother.
it was
Down in
like
Alabama, there's a
some
thing called brother
chicken.
cousins,
It's
where it's
not
like
like-
your dad fucked
Unless I get the
your
It was sloppy
cousin.
chicken.
It's like your
Why am I asking?
like you're
We was
an uncle
kids, so
and a
we
brother
didn't
to this guy because
We
your
was
dad
kids, so we
fucked
didn't know what we was doing.
his niece.
Nah,
or
at
some
10 years
shit.
old, I was
It's like a
fully
thing.
aware.
Wait, how old were you?
You was reading
was
books
7.
by that
At
time.
7 years old, I was fully
Bro,
aware.
at 7, I knew, like,
Yeah.
nigga, like,
I was fully aware that my cousin was
yes,
not the person.
It was off limits.
Wasn't the move?
Yeah.
bro.
I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't give a fuck.
And damn near
So
5, 6.
Like, like you
I
said,
guess I
as other bitches, like, at that time, bro, I knew about other bitches at 7.
I guess I didn't give a
That's
fuck.
that
I guess.
transformed it to your
You didn't go to church?
president.
I guess that says a lot
Hey, wait,
about
that nigga
my
said, oh,
sex drive.
Pussy right here. Nigga, I
and
ain't
my
shit.
level. And my level. And
No, I did. I was flirting with other bitches.
And they already have
My
connections.
sister.
That's my point.
Oh
hell.
Listen
No, that's what
Hell.
I'm trying to clarify this
Hell.
shit.
There's no clarification. There's no
Trying to
justification. I kissed my
clarify
cousin.
on-
He's
No, he's trying to
crossing the line.
clarify.
On accident, on accident.
You know what I'm
She's not my sister. All right.
He said,
No,
with
no,
knowledge.
listen.
For the fam, for
He
S
said
accident, for
this
the
is what he
fam.
was about.
The fam, let's act.
So this
Look,
type of
listen.
shit, nigga. You my cousin? Come here, bitch.
Yeah. Perfect.
No.
Like 30 seconds.
You got me fucked up.
Ideal.
You got no. That's not how it
Any type
happened,
of way.
nigga. We was
We
just
get
good
this shit
friends, nigga. That's it. We was good friends.
This
That's
nigga
it.
lying, he was fucking with his cousin.
Best.
But look, we gonna slide about here. This is Politic'N
That
podcast.
nigga said
You
this
did.
nigga lying.